Good morning, dear students. Today we shall begin with a new chapter named Demand. Before this, you have studied Introduction of Microeconomics and Consumer Equilibrium. So let us start. The first topic is concept of demand. Now, students, there are three terms that are used interchangeably by common man, but in economics, these three terms have got completely different meaning. So, the first term is desire. It is a mere wish to have a commodity as a person does not have money to purchase it. So, desire is basically a wish to have a particular commodity, but it is not backed by money. The person has not got money. For example, a beggar might wish to have a house of his own, but he might not have the money to fulfill his wish, and as a result, it remains a desire. The second term is want. Want is a desire backed by the ability and the willingness to satisfy it. So the meaning of want includes desire in it. Okay. So want has got desire, that is wish to have a commodity. Along with it, there are two more things, that is ability and willingness to have that commodity. Ability refers to that the person has got money to pay for that commodity, and willingness refers to that a person has got money and is also willing to spend that money in order to get that product. So for example, if there is a person who is earning quite well, he belongs to upper middle class, and there is a new car that has been launched in the market, and it has got all the new features, and the price of that car is only rupees 5 lakh. So that person may desire to have that car. He may even have money, and if he also has willingness along with these two things, that is desire and ability, then it can be called that he wants a car of that particular model. The third term is demand. Want becomes demand when a person is willing to purchase the commodity in a market at a particular price and at a given period of time. So demand includes want in it, and it also has two more things, that is at a particular price and at a given period of time. So along with want, the consumer has to agree to the price what the producer is asking for, and that demand should be created in present, that is in a given period of time. If the consumer is not willing to purchase in present, then demand will not be created. So, meaning of demand. The demand for a good is defined as the quantity of the good a consumer or consumers is willing to buy at a particular price during a particular period of time. So, we saw that demand consists of 5 elements, that is desire for a commodity along with ability to buy it and willingness to pay for it, and at a given price and at a given time. So all these 5 things have to be present, only then it can be called as demand. Definition of demand. According to Professor Benham, the demand for anything at a given price is the amount of it which would be bought per unit of time at that price. So according to Professor Benham, demand is created when a person has got ability and willingness to have a particular commodity at a particular time and at a fixed price. Now students, it is very important for you all to remember these definitions and write down in examination. If you are going to write these definitions as it is, it has to be written as it is, not a single word should change. And if you are going to quote this in examination, it is going to be very marks fetching. Now another term is quantity demanded. Quantity demanded refers to a specific quantity to be purchased against a specific price of the commodity. Now the difference between quantity demanded and demand is that demand is tentative in nature, but quantity demanded refers to the exact specific quantity that is to be purchased against the price of the commodity. If the quantity is demanded, that means that if a particular product has been asked for by a consumer, it will be called as quantity demanded and not demand. Now there are two types of demand: individual demand and market demand. Individual demand refers to the quantity of a commodity that the consumer is willing and able to buy at each possible price during a given period of time. So an individual demand refers to the quantity of a commodity that a particular individual, one individual, is willing to buy at a given price and at the given period of time. These two things are always going to be there, at a given price and at a given time. So individual demand refers to demand placed by an individual, one single consumer. Only then it will be called individual demand. Now second type of demand is market demand. Market demand refers to the quantity of a commodity that all the consumers are willing and able to buy at each possible price during a given period of time. Now students, although this is microeconomics and microeconomics deals with micro components, even then certain degree of aggregation, that is totality, certain degree of totality is accepted in microeconomics, and as a result market demand refers to the demand for one particular commodity placed by all the consumers. Suppose Oreo biscuits are very high in demand today. So in order to calculate market demand, the producer will add all the individual demands of the consumers, and then they will be able to get what is known as market demand. So once we add the individual demand, we will get market demand. And of course it is at a particular period of time and at a fixed price. So today we have studied about meaning of demand, definition of demand, how is it different from quantity demanded, and the two types of demand, that is individual demand and market demand. So over here there is this assignment question: define demand. You will have to write the definition of demand. Along with that you can even add the meaning in it. The second question is, how is demand different from want? just now you might have understood that want includes desire, ability, and willingness. These three things are there in want. On the other hand, demand includes desire, ability, willingness, along with at a particular price and at a particular time. So that is the difference. You need to write it in your own words, and at least 3 points you need to write. So that is it for today's class. In the next class, we will be studying about demand schedule, demand curve, and slope of demand curve. So that is it for today. Thank you.